It's your boy Nanguru in the house, back with another bang on video. Well, ladies and gentlemen, another new news episode that comes up, and it's going to sum up what I am going to feel about the upcoming transfer windows. The dates, as you know, the transfer windows dates are on, so let's just talk about the news that we have for you guys because Sami Mokbel comes up with an update about the whole thing that is related to Arsenal. So Sami Mokbel says that the Gunners board are said to be disappointed at the way the club's season has developed during Arteta's first full campaign in charge and want to see significant improvements from the start of next term. And it sounds like here are the Arsenal's main transfer targets. For right back, they want Max Aarons. Attacking midfielder Buendia or Odegaard. Left wing, they want Manor Solomon or centre forward Edward. Centre mid, they want Bissouma or Beige. Goalkeeper, they want Andre Onana. And Arsenal will have £100 million to spend from sales alone, most likely 150 million overall. Nketiah 110 million, Lacazette 15, Willock or Genduzi 20, Bellerin 20, Maitland-Niles 20, Torreira 10, Mavropanos 5. Who should Arsenal transfer? Let's see. Mikel Arteta will still be Arsenal manager at the start of next season, but pressure is mounting on the Spaniard to turn things around after their miserable Europa League exit. The Kroenkes are going nowhere. They're simply not interested in selling to Ek either now or further down the road. They believe in Arteta and will support him, but there can be no doubt that Arteta must start next season well. The patience will not last forever. Arsenal will need to offload the free space in the squad and also from the wage bill. Hector Bellerin could be the first in a big name exodus, but there will also be money available to buy players, and 4 new faces will allow Arteta to go again. Well, that is the update. So Arsenal are eyeing £7 million move for Ajax keeper Onana, but face weight over doping ban appeal. Now the Cameroon keeper is wanted by the Gunners, but is currently serving a 12-month suspension, which is due until February 2022. It looks like Arsenal are interested in signing him, but will wait for the verdict in his upcoming appeal against a doping ban before deciding to step up their interest. Now he's currently fighting against the ban, and the Court of Arbitration of Sports will hear his appeal in early June, with a verdict due to be given later that month. Let me know in the comments, do you guys really want Andre Onana? So let's see how things will go on with that. But here's the update. Matteo Genduzi has been ruled out for the rest of the season, at least after suffering a metatarsal fracture. And here's the update about Jean-Michel Aulas, about Houssem Aouar. He says, if Aouar wishes to leave, we will try, as we have done for many years, to accompany him. Afterwards, if the offers do not correspond as we wish, we will stay. Arsenal pushed hard to sign Houssem last summer, as did Juventus. Let's see how things will turn out to be. Arteta on the rest of the season says, we know that we have 4 games to play, which still have things to define, and the best way to do that is on Sunday, go out there and show how much we care, how painful that defeat yesterday was, and win the football match. Yes, that's what he wants to do. So according to Sky Cafe, Daniel Ek remains committed to his proposed football takeover of Arsenal. Ek is expected to make his opening bid, believed to be in the region of £1.8 billion. Arteta says, last night the ball goes in, we win 1-0, you are in the final, it's a different world, but today that world doesn't look very, very nice. So here's what Ray Parlour had to say about the whole, he wants to give a testimonial about what happened yesterday night. He says, Arsenal haven't been great at the Emirates, and that's where you've got to make it a fortress. You've got to make sure the teams coming there are fearful, but teams aren't fearful of Arsenal. They probably enjoy going to the Emirates. It's been really poor this season. It's the first time the club won't play European football since the beginning of my career under Bruce Rioch. We were 11th in the league that season. Rioch lost his job, and that's when Arsene Wenger came in. Mikel Arteta will be so disappointed with his players. They should have been confident going into the game. They know what they had to do. They've got the away goal, so go out there on the front foot. But it just didn't work out like that. It was like a testimonial in the first half. I just didn't see any tackles flying in. I go back to Tuesday night watching Man City versus PSG, and that was a proper game. It had everything, great football, tackles flying in, goal opportunities for both sides. It was a brilliant game to watch, but I didn't see that from Arsenal last night. I don't see any leaders at Arsenal. Going back to my time, we had 3 or 4 of them in our team. Vieira, Keown, Adams. And when you don't, and you weren't doing your job, you get hammered. But Arsenal don't have any players like that. Wow, it's true. Like it's true. You just can't say no to that. So here's the update about Sami Mokbal's official website. You can actually check out the mail.online. Jack Wilshere on Arsenal says it was tough to watch. They just needed that one moment in the game, someone to take that game, but unfortunately it did not come. It's disappointing for the fans. I'm an Arsenal fan now. It'll be hard to not see them in Europe next year. Lundberg says the fans were complaining about Wenger at the end of his term. Now maybe they're regretting how they behaved towards him. He's so big at this club. Martin Keown said about Thomas Partey, he says, we thought we were signing an... Okay, I just said that. So... So here's the update. Stan Kroenke and the Kroenkes will make funds available this summer. But there is an acknowledgement that having no European football at all next season will provide a major blow to their recruitment plans. But here's a bigger update. David Ornstein says, Arsenal continue to back Mikel Arteta. I've certainly heard no suggestions to the contrary. It's clear the pressure is on him. Arsenal hierarchy seem to think that Arteta is part of the solution, not a key part of the problem. Because it is understood that Arsenal hierarchy are not convinced that an immediate change in the managerial position is necessary, with the unusual circumstance of this season providing some mitigation. But Arsenal board are said to be disappointed at the way the club's season has developed during Arteta's first full campaign in charge, and they would want to see significant improvements. And Sky Cave says on Andre Bergkamp and Vieira, says their position hasn't changed either. They're as committed as Daniel Ek. They're backing him 100%. He has a plan and a vision for Arsenal that the legends totally back. As far as Ek is concerned, he wants to be the solution. He doesn't want to be a problem. He doesn't want to be a distraction going forward. He's not going to be commenting. But don't misinterpret that as him not being interested in buying the club. Spotify owner is totally committed to trying to buy Arsenal despite what happened at the Emirates last night. Arsenal's failure to beat Villarreal means they're unlikely to play in Europe next season. Ek is set to make an opening bid, but he didn't want to make that offer before last night's game because he didn't want to cause a distraction as far as Mikel Arteta and the players are concerned. If Ek does bid 1.8 billion, it could be argued that that would be a great offer considering Arsenal are set to miss out on European football for the first time in 25 seasons. Out of respect for Arsenal owner Stan Kroenke, Ek will not be commenting on the bid. Rob Harris says 9 of the 12 Super League clubs formally renounce the breakaway to UEFA, but will have 5% of the European competition revenue withheld for one season. 3 remaining rebel teams now face disciplinary actions. That's Juventus, Barcelona, and Real Madrid. The key details will be I'll let you know about it. So yeah, that is the update about the whole season. So it'll be a big fine for the European Super League participants. And here's the update upon Yves Bissouma. Yves Bissouma is wanted by Man City. According to reports, Arsenal had been one of the clubs fighting for him. £30 million, but Man City are about and they are wanting to get him. About Odegaard, Martin Keown said Odegaard didn't seem to want to go and press, and in midfield, Villarreal were just able to pass by. Crazy stuff to talk about, eh? So in the comments, just let me know about the Andre Onana thing. West Brom are the next visitors to the Emirates Stadium as Arsenal return to the Premier League. So let's see what happens then. Yeah, let me know in the comments what do you guys feel about the game yesterday night. Here's what Unai Emery tweeted out after the game yesterday. He says, "Beautiful night in London. We made history. Yellows enjoyed a lot, but this story is not over yet, and we have to enjoy it together. Proud of the team and for being a part of this great project. We dream together. Forward to Gdansk. Good luck to Arsenal for the future." Oh my God, classy. I don't have any more words to say. So with this, we end this episode. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you see daily Arsenal content, best place to be. Consider subscribing. If you want to be a part of our live streams wherein you want to come up with an opinion, and I would want to give you a platform to do that. So Follow me on Instagram. The links of which is in the description, or Twitter. So cheers. I'll see you in the next one.